Hey everyone, it is late at night and I am Norman. It is time, once again, for some watch news. The first article I have tonight comes to us from Robb Report. And this is a write-up on a smaller 50 Fathoms. The first 50 Fathoms was released in 1953, labeled the world's first true diver's watch by Blancpain. The original model featured a 42mm steel case that was considered large for the time, as well as a pioneering rotating bezel. The 50 Fathoms continued to evolve, with Blancpain releasing the classic 50 Fathoms Automatique in 2007. The modern successor has only ever been available in two oversized cases, measuring 42 or 45 millimeters. Until now, that is. Blancpain dropped two new 50 Fathoms Automatique timepieces for women last Thursday, adding a 38mm case to the line for the first time in history. The Maison has today tripled down, unveiling not one, but three new genderless 38mm watches. And that is kind of the theme of at least the first couple articles that I'm discussing, is the idea that these brands consider 38mm as ladies' watches. It sounds like Blancpain has kind of gone with a genderless label for these, but 38mm is a perfectly reasonable size for a man's watch. I'm sorry. I mean, I realize I'm biased, I've gone little, but that's a decent sized watch. And furthermore, 42mm is considered large still today. But that's fine, it's cool seeing options. I'm always down for people having different sizes, different colors they can choose from. So this is pretty exciting news. The 50 Fathoms is such a great looking piece. I mean, it's just a brilliant design. Next up, we have an article from Fratellow Watches. And this is a write-up of an author discussing the smaller sized moon watch. As Omega decided to stop producing limited editions, the brand wants to add models that will stay in the collection permanently. Or at least for a while. Sort of permanently? This 39mm automatic version of the classic moon watch was in production for many years, from 1988 to 2009. When I had just started collecting Speedmasters, the reduced was available on the pre-owned market for a fraction of the price of a new moon watch. However, Omega has not replaced the Speedmaster reduced. They have come out with 38mm versions of them. However, according to the author, this lineup is effeminate. So apparently Omega considers 38mm as ladies' watches as well. Now, it sounds like the black dial one is kind of unisex, but I don't think it has the cool white markers or white hands. I think it goes with chrome ones, which kind of ruins the moon watch aesthetic. And look at the reference 3510.50.00. With that reference, Omega had reduced any reason I would have for not buying this watch. It's under 40mm and it doesn't have a date wheel. Sadly, the date wheel makes an appearance in the 38mm versions, but maybe in the future Omega will kind of expand on this line. Maybe. But I still think it's weird that coming from a brand that at one point in time put out the absolutely brilliant Constellations, Seamaster DeVilles, the Dawn Drapers, has forgotten that watches in sub 40mm are actually perfectly reasonable as men's watches, even sports pieces. And if you're gonna call your lineup unisex watches, I'm totally cool with that. But make your designs that way as well. You know, do some colorways that either would like, men or women, or anyone. And the last article I have tonight comes to us from SJX. And this was a write-up of a very interesting looking Breguet. This is a yellow gold, classically dressy piece, but it's a one-hander. The case back on these watches is wide open. You can pretty much see all of the movement, as though the case was taken off of them. The dial is classy, dressy, and yet kind of odd looking with just the one hand. I like these watches, but it almost looks like the other hand fell off. And again, I feel like size is interesting on these because these are dressy dress watches, but they're at 40 millimeters, which is fine. But I feel like in this design, they would wear quite large. There's not much of a bezel to them, and they're dress watches. But I'm biased. I've gone little, so it's fine. The hand they went with on this watch is amazing looking. I mean, look at the details at the end of it. I kind of like the stark white dial with the blued hand and dark blue indices. I think those are blue. They're pretty dark. The case size on these watches is 40 millimeters. The case height is 10.8 millimeters. The cases are 18 karat Breguet gold. The crystal is sapphire. The water resistance is dress watch level, so 30 meters. The movement is the VS00 manual wind movement. And they retail for a perfectly attainable almost $49,000. But they look classy, dressy. They're nice looking watches. So there you have it, you are now caught up on watch news. Thanks for watching.